able to experience this product. So as you all are jumping on, tag people that have added you. If you know you've got some friends in here, people on your team, whatever, please tag them in here so they can learn a little bit about what our experiences have been, what they can potentially expect once they get their product. I know we are all patiently waiting. People are already checking their back offices for tracking numbers. And I know we're running out because we only had a few days to sample. So I'm so excited to be here. So a little bit about myself. My name's Melissa Hicks. I live right outside Orlando, between Orlando and Daytona. I've been with B-Epic since January of 2020. And I have been on this journey for quite a long time with weight and just, feeling very different in my mid and late 40s. So I'm sure a lot of you can relate to that. And one of the biggest reasons why I am so passionate about B-Epic and the products that we have is because they have literally changed the way that I feel. And I cannot say enough things about my B-Keto experience so far. So a little bit about me, I have pretty much been overweight my whole entire life. Like since I was 7, 8 years old, always struggled with my weight, always struggled with self-esteem, self-confidence, always kind of been that person that really struggled with up and down moods. And I noticed as I've gotten older, my cognitive function in my brain, it's not working. It wasn't working quite as well as it used to be. I can't remember things very quickly. I don't know about you all, but there's sometimes people ask me, what did you do yesterday? And I'm like, I don't even know. Like nothing's firing up here, right? So I want to talk a little bit about ketones, why they're important, what I've learned about them just on my own personal journey. So when keto, or the ketogenic diet lifestyle, became pretty popular years ago, I really started to dive in and learn about, ketogenic diet, some studies that have been done, and how it's so important and how it can really help, not just for potential fat and weight loss, but overall brain function. And I was pretty astounded by just the studies and things that took place. So personally, I started following a ketogenic lifestyle. I did lose about 15 pounds. I was doing very strict keto, and it is not easy. So if any of you have done true keto, which is about 80% fat, 15% protein, 5% carbs, it is pretty challenging. First of all, to get that much fat in your diet. Secondly, to get your carbs down so low, because what happens is when you deplete your body of carbohydrates, your brain immediately goes into feed me, feed me, feed me. Where are my carbs? I need them. I need them. And that's why it's so hard for people to stick to a very low carb diet. We all struggle with it. So that was probably the biggest challenge that I know I have faced for years, is really trying to overcome those cravings when you're not having carbs. Because when you are burning fat, you're working out, you're doing all the things, but why are we still craving this? Why are we having these cravings? And sometimes people don't realize, like, carbs are like sugar is like, I think it's 7 or 10 times more addictive than cocaine. Is that crazy or what, to think about that? So it's extremely addictive because our brain needs to function on the carbohydrates. The other thing that the brain can feed off of are ketones. So ketones can actually be produced in the liver. They go to your blood and they can feed your brain and give your brain the cognitive energy, all the things that it needs to function properly. So what happens if you're exercising and doing all the right things and you do start burning fat? The issue is fat can't easily transfer between the blood-brain barrier to the brain. So because of that, your brain literally is like starving. So if you are doing strict low carb, it's going to take sometimes 2, 3, maybe upwards of 4 or 5 days before your body starts to produce ketones that actually feeds your brain. So that is sometimes the biggest struggle that people have. And that's why this B-Keto product is amazing, because instead of your body waiting 2, 3, 4, 5 days to produce these internal or endogenous ketones, this B-Keto product actually has exogenous ketones. So it is an external ketone product that you drink, and immediately it will put your body in a ketosis state within about 15 minutes. That's amazing for several reasons, because once your brain gets that, they get those ketones, then guess what? You're not having those cravings. Your brain's not going, oh my gosh, you know, I got to eat this. No. So I was really a little bit skeptical. I'm going to be completely honest. I tried exogenous ketones years ago. I was not impressed at all with the taste. I could barely stand it. So I was a little bit hesitant, but I have to tell you guys, I love our B-Keto. Like, the taste for me is amazing. It's perfect. I love grape, and honestly, it's a mild grape. So I have customers that don't even like grape that I have a feeling they're not going to have an issue with it. So I am super excited about it. I can tell you the first day that I drank it, it was probably, I would say probably 8 or 10 minutes after I drank it, I was like, wait, because honestly, I didn't really expect to feel anything. And then I was like, wait, what's happening? Like, and it's hard to describe, but when you think about cognitive function and when you're focused and you have a lot of clarity, that's really what it is. It's not a jittery caffeine feeling. It's just a sense of, somebody described it as spidey senses. The lights were definitely brighter, and I can tell that I had the cognitive function. I actually did a workout right after that. I usually do like 6 to 8 miles on my bike. I was like almost 11 miles. It was crazy. I just had that much, like, I guess it's like an endurance or like the need to just want to do it. So that was my first day. Honestly, I don't think I hardly had any carbs. I just feel better. Like, I am seriously like getting a lot of stuff done, making lists, doing things that I know have kind of been sitting there, and it's just continued to get better. So I think I'm on day 3 now, same experience. I took it, you know, so I'm getting this sense of, you know, just that focus, the cognitive experience, great workouts. I have lost, I actually have an app. So like I weigh, and then it actually gives me my fat loss too. So I have lost some fat already. So I'm super excited about that. I really can't wait to continue to share my experience with you all and help you all on your journey. If you have more questions, please reach out. But I want to turn it over to these other amazing ladies and leaders, fellow leaders that I get to work with that are truly amazing. And they also have their experiences to share. So Wendy, I'm going to turn it over to you first.
All right. Thanks, Melissa. Hey, everybody. So I'm actually just arrived at a condo on vacation for my birthday weekend. So Ricky said, hey, can you tell your experience? And it was really funny because as I was coming to the condo, I started bringing in my suitcase, and I just stood there and I stopped and I said, oh my gosh, I have left my B-Keto on my counter in the kitchen at my house. And I just stood there, and the kids were like, what's wrong? And I'm like, my B-Keto's at home. So that kind of tells you how much I love it. So I'll kind of give you my experience with keto. I have a son who is now 18, and back in 2018, after struggling with years of epilepsy, he was about to undergo surgery for his seizures. They were that bad. And I asked the doctor, I said, can we try keto? And she was like, oh, you'll never be able to do that, but if you want to try it, go ahead. So that's how I learned about keto, because I had read that it would help people who had, epilepsy. And I was determined that my child was not going to have surgery. So even though she said we would probably fail, that wasn't really her words, but in so many words, I like it when someone gives me a challenge. So I began learning everything I could back in 2018 about keto. And just to tell you, because Melissa is exactly right on how it affects your brain, because seizures come from your brain. And he went from having needing brain surgery to only having 3 seizures in the whole year of 2018. And every one of those seizures that he had were self-induced. That was what his neurologist said, because he took a break from keto and he ate too many carbs. Now for him, it's a lifestyle. He has no choice. he's got to the point now where he can have 50 to 100. But I'm going to put him on this product because I can't even imagine how amazing it's going to be for him. But for me, I had to do it with him so that I could understand how to do it. And because I was doing it for my child, I guess I've become, and I hate to call myself an expert, but I'm like, I got this. I mean, there's not much I can't do other than potatoes. I cannot make French fries. I've tried everything in the world, but other than that, I've figured out the keto. But for me, I needed to lose weight. And last year, because of COVID, our lives went upside down like most people's did. Caleb went through some depression and things like that. And during the time, he started having something called pseudo seizures. Anyway, long story short, we were dealing with a lot for about 3 months. And when you're dealing with something with your child, you quit taking care of yourself, because your children, in my world, they always come first. And I ended up gaining a lot of weight back, and I had lost a lot with the B-Epic products. I quit sleeping because he was having seizures, and our world just turned upside down. And I remember looking on Christmas Day at a picture that my daughter took, and I was like, don't you dare post that on Facebook or Snap or whatever you're on. I said, because I looked at it and I just cried, because I was like, how did I get there? Because I'd worked so hard to get where I was. And so on January 9th, I started back on keto. I made Caleb start back on it 100% because he had gone back into seizures. And together we started doing this. And when I heard that there was a keto product coming from B-Epic, I just sat there and I said, this is answered prayer, because I've tried the other products, the exogenous ketones, like Melissa said. They're nasty. They don't work. And I tried it in 2016, not knowing anything about keto, and it made me so sick that I ended up having to go to the doctor, and they really didn't know what was wrong with me. And 2 weeks after I stopped taking that product, every problem that I had resolved itself. And I don't know why, but so I started taking this one on Monday, and I loved how I felt. And then on Tuesday was when I really got the best experience, was day 2. And I do intermittent fasting anyway. So usually I stop eating about 7 or 8 o'clock at night. And then I'll eat, I usually eat about 11:30 a.m. to 12 noon. And on Tuesday, I took my intermittent fasting to a new level of happiness, because I didn't eat anything until 3. And I had no desire to eat. Now, I wasn't expecting this to curb my appetite. I just figured it would, kind of super boost my keto, diet that I was already doing. But when that happened, I was like, oh, we're on to something, because I'm not usually hungry when you get into full ketosis, but I was curious to see how it would affect me since I'm already on keto. But I don't weigh, so I can't tell you if I've lost any weight. But since Monday, even the kids this morning, they were like, Mom, I didn't even know that was you standing in the kitchen, because I can just feel, and it's mainly in my belly, I can just feel myself shrinking, and I have energy. I'm not craving anything, literally anything. I haven't ate today. It's 4 something in South Carolina, and I haven't ate anything. I drank a coffee with like a bulletproof coffee, but I feel amazing. We're going out to eat tonight. I'm going to eat something tonight, but I feel like a new woman, and I just turned 48 and I got more energy than the kids. So that should tell you something. So anyway, but it's amazing. I can't say, and it's got to come soon, because I'm almost out too.
Oh my gosh, Wendy, I love that. Thank you so much for sharing the story with your son too, because it just reiterates that it has so many amazing benefits, just so many amazing benefits when you look at keto, you look at ketones and how it can impact the body. So that's awesome, girl. You've inspired me now too. So I love it.
Thank you.
All right, Carissa, you want to go next?
Hey, you guys, what's up?
Hey.
I'm so excited to be here. I hope I don't lose internet again. But I have a super exciting story, and I have to share it with everybody. So hi, I'm Carissa. If you don't know me, I've been with B-Epic for a little over a year now. And the company's changed our life, the products have changed our life, and I've continued to take our 3-pill system every single day. I don't miss a day ever. But I had a lot of things. 2021 has been really rough on our family. We've had a lot of surgeries and sicknesses, just life, but very difficult. I, had COVID and I haven't been able to taste. And if you haven't been able to taste for 7 weeks, it's really hard, like mentally, like forget about physically, it's hard mentally. So I'm here to say I was in a funk, like a very bad funk. And honestly, when I heard that we were going to be launching ketones, I was like, oh, yay. But I wasn't like, all right, this is it. Because like y'all, I tried the other product that's out there and I never ordered it again. Like it didn't do anything for me. And also a lot of things, they just don't work for me. You should see my cabinet. Like I try everything because I know it's out there. But nothing works for me. So when I tried this on Monday, and I'm talking like in a funk so bad that like, and if you can relate, let me know. But like I had trouble getting out of bed. I'm just gonna be real. And it was that bad. So I tried it on Monday, and right after I took it, I got out of bed, which is not like me. And I was like, hey, babe, do you feel that? And I even messaged you, Melissa, and I was like, hey, Melissa, like, do you feel that? Like, I cannot be the only one. And then I messaged Angie, and I was like, and she felt it too. And I'm like, yes. So I was so excited because my mood increased so much to where I was having normal conversations and I was laughing. And I took a shower last night and I sang in the shower. I don't do that. Like I even sang in the shower and I like put my hand over my head because I was like, oh my gosh, like it's pretty emotional because I've been through a lot and this is pulling me out and back into my Carissaness that I normally am. As you saw, like I got quiet, like, but this is like completely transforming my life and I can't say enough good things about it, but I'm here to talk about the other side of that. So if there's somebody out there watching this and they're like, oh, I don't need to lose weight. I don't either. Like, I'm gonna be real. I lost all my weight with all of our other products. So I don't need to lose any weight. If you do, it works great for that. But I'm not here to take that. I'm here because I wanted to biohack my freaking brain. And that's what happened. It's really crazy. Like I started to feel better and I'm like, wait. And I started to message Bree because I'm not sciencey. I don't understand this stuff, but I'm like, dude, I gotta know, like, why, how, why is this affecting me so much, right? And so I tried to look up the science part of it, didn't understand a lot of it, but I'm like, I can never go a day without this stuff. But it helped with my energy. It helped with my mood. I'm gonna be 40 in 2 months, 2 months. And so my hormones, like, I'm sure you can relate, but it's not what it used to be, ladies. Okay. So that's a whole nother ballgame, but it's helping with my hormones. And where I used to get mad, I've got a preteen who's going through stuff. And so it's trying my patience. And therefore I had a temper after you have told your child 55 times one thing. And then, yeah. So I had a temper. I'm not proud of it, but I often wonder, like, did God put me through all of that so I could share this with you, but it helped with my mood, my energy, just my overall happiness, my well-being. Like, I don't know, I prayed something into my life. I didn't know it'd come in the form of ketones, but I prayed for something to help me and to get me and pull me out of that funk. And like, I know all the mindset, I'm a mindset junkie. So it wasn't even that. It was something physical going on in my brain. I still don't understand. But I always look for natural treatments first. So it's, and my sleep is even better. Like it's crazy. This is like the end all be all game changer that is going to help so many people. And I'm still in shock. Like, I wasn't even sure if I should like post about it the first day because I'm like, oh, like this is a fluke. Like there's no way. And then I was like, babe, like do you feel that? Do you see a difference in me? And he's like, yeah. And he should jump on here and tell you about that because it's incredible what it's done for our family. And I will never stop talking about it, but I'm so excited for everybody to get theirs and experience theirs, because if it's anything like what I experienced, it's going to change your life like it did mine. And it's absolutely, it's insane. Like it's unbelievable, but I am so excited that we launched this and that I tried it and I gave it a try with an open mind, kind of, because it's just changed everything for me. So if you're like sitting on the fence and you're like, oh, it's not going to work, that was me, give it a try. You never know, it could do what it did to me. And let us know how you feel once you try it, because it is a game changer. And I am so pumped. Like, I'm a different person. Like, you can probably even tell, because I talked to you when I was like in my sad time, and you can pick up on somebody's energy, you know. And it's just, I'm back to my old self, and it feels so good to feel like me again, because I felt like I had a dark cloud over me almost. Like 2020 and 2021 has been hard for like everybody, you know. I don't even know. I won't go there, but it's been hard. And so anyways, this has just changed everything for me, and I have to share it with the world. And I'm so excited for everybody who's going to try it. So thanks for having me.
Oh, that makes my heart so happy, Carissa. I just love you so much. And I love your transparency, because you're so right. Like, people just struggle, like you say. I mean, the kids, the everything. And I'm just, oh, it makes me so happy to know that this has just been a blessing for you. And you're right. Think of how many lives we're going to be able to change. It's just crazy, crazy. And it's so funny you mentioned sleep, because this morning my husband's like, are you okay? Why? He's like, you like literally passed out last night. And I was like, did you give me the white pill? He's like, no, I gave you the purple pill last night. I'm like, I didn't take my sleep. He's like, no. And he's like, you slept like a rock. I was like, I'm like still in my clothes, and I wake and I'm like, it makes sense, because it's the keto. Yep.
Yeah.
So
it's wild.
Forgot about the sleep. Yep.
Wow.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Carissa.
Thank you.
So happy. All right, Angie, last but definitely not least.
Hey, so thank you, Melissa, for that great description of the product when you first came on. And I just love hearing your stories, Wendy and Carissa. It just shows that, you know, not only is this product amazing, but I think the lifestyle is amazing too. And it gets a lot of, sometimes it gets some bad press, you know, because there's so many different opinions out there. But I don't personally follow the keto diet, but I do follow like a low carb diet. I would follow keto, but I'm just so lazy. I'm going to be honest. Like, I'm so lazy. I don't want to track anything. Who knows? Maybe I am keto and I just don't know it because I'm not tracking anything. But I do follow a low carb diet because my body just feels really good when I'm doing that. It feels really good when I'm not putting all the sugars in my body, when I'm not putting all the carbs in my body. So I really do just eat like a meat, you know, meat, eggs, protein, you know, and some veggies lifestyle. So when I tried this product, I was already doing that. I was already following that lifestyle. And if you don't know who I am, I have been like these ladies, these beautiful ladies. I've been with the company for a little over a year. And same as them, these products have completely changed my life. Like I'm going to be 49 in July. And the green pill, I'm going to go ahead and plug the green pill because that thing has saved me. It makes me feel really good, really energetic, really happy. And little did I know, some of these ladies were talking about hormones. Apparently I'm going through menopause and I didn't even know it. Like there's one super key way that you know that you're going through menopause. I'm not going to go into details. I'm sure everyone can figure it out. But I have been now officially going through it since probably the end of 2020. And I really believe that it's these products that have helped me not even realize that that is what was happening, because I'm not going through the massive mood swings. I'm not going through, you know, the night sweats and all these things, these different things that we go through when our hormones start to change as women. So that's been going on. So I already take that amazing green pill for energy every day. And so when I got to try the B-Keto, I was super excited because like these ladies, I have tried the other products out in the market. I've tried the ones that are, you know, very popular one in the direct sales. And I've also tried some purchasing online, purchasing from a store, just different ones that are out there, because I've heard the benefits and know the benefits of having your body in that state. So when this product came along, and this is it comes in a little stick like this. When this product came along and I listened to the formulator talk about how this one actually works, it made a ton of sense, because every time that I tried those products and was drinking those products, I would start a low carb lifestyle, and, you know, I was wanting to make some changes, and I would start drinking those drinks, and then I would kind of stall. Whereas previous to drinking those drinks and doing a low carb lifestyle, I could drop 14 pounds in 2 weeks, like no problem. And I was starting to where I was the past 2 years, I was drinking these drinks. And I noticed that I would drink them and I would start my low carb lifestyle, and the weight wasn't budging. The fat wasn't going anywhere. And I'm like, something's weird. And what I didn't realize is that with the typical exogenous ketone that's out on the market, it actually puts ketones in your body, but it stops your body from producing its own ketones, which is very, very important for you guys to know. Because the product that we have our hands on, the formulator has been researched, there's 11 years of research behind this. And what it actually does is it signals your body to produce its own ketones, to burn its own fat, which is so different than what's out on the market. So I got to try the prototype of this a few weeks ago. I had a 7-day sample, and it was the only thing I changed. I added it and I lost 5 pounds that week. And I actually had my body fat percentage like checked by the gym. And I had lost, you know, some body fat percentage. And so it was really exciting, and I couldn't wait for this to come out and try it. So I'm now I have 1 pack left. I'm super sad. I'm now stalking my mailman. But I started this, and so I had day 4 today. And the same as Wendy, like I've tried to incorporate intermittent fasting into my lifestyle. And I usually have, you know, I'm the type of person where I got up in the morning, and when I was working in the corporate world, first thing I had to do was get breakfast, the big breakfast. Like there was no way I was not eating past 8 o'clock. And so when I tried this, I've been trying to incorporate that lifestyle into my life. And the other day, a couple days ago, I took it, and I've been taking it in the morning, getting some exercise in. And then I realized it was 3 o'clock, same thing. And I had not had anything to eat yet. And I was like, whoa, like that is so not me. I'm hungry. I'm a hungry girl. So I thought, you know, that's kind of crazy. And I still wasn't hungry, which was really incredible to me, because I still wasn't hungry. So I had to kind of like force myself to eat, because I knew that I needed to get some food in me. So I went ahead and ate. And then the next day, I wanted to see the energy side of it. I wanted to see how it made me feel, you know, like Carissa was talking about, how it kind of turns your brain on, gives you energy. So I wanted to test that out. So I did not take my green pill. And the only thing I did was drink the B-Keto. And I had so much energy. I was just like, right? You know, like I'm talking my husband's ear off, and he's like, what the heck? You know, and because it just made me feel so good, and it gave me so much energy. And I'm like, holy cow, I take this and take my green pill, I'm just going to be like Energizer Bunny, which is great because I'm using this for like a pre-workout, right? And when you take this, you drink this before your workout, it just increases that fat burning production. So it's just going to help that, you know, move along even faster. But I'm feeling all of those things: the energy, the great mood, the, you know, the appetite suppressant. Like I'm just feeling it all from this, to the point to where I'm just dying that this is my last pack. And so, you know, I just encourage anybody who's watching this that, you know, if you struggle with energy, if you struggle with, you know, diet, that's the other thing too, is I really haven't been craving any carbs or any sugar. Like my husband is he thinks his body lives on sugar. Like he feels like if he doesn't have sugar, that his body's going to roll away. Like he thinks, he thinks sugar's a lifestyle. So for me to be around him all the time and all the carbs that he's eating and all the sugar that he's eating and all the sweets that he's eating, and to be able to just look at them and go, I don't even need them, want them, you know, like that's a huge, huge deal for me. So I love it. I don't know what else to say about it. I could go on, I could rave and rave and rave about it, but I won't. Because we'll be here all day.
We're all just going to be standing by the mailbox now. I love it. Thank you so much,
I'm
Angie.
so excited.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah. So like Angie said, you know, just, you know, if you're struggling with those things, definitely get back to the person that invited you to this page. Ask them how to get it. If you're already a customer, go in your back office. It's available now for purchase. So definitely check it out. If you have more questions, you can put them in the chat here or get back to the person that invited you. Thank you so much for tuning in and joining us. And we'll talk to you soon. Take care, everybody.